Alright. Welcome back to Case Closed, Anime Review Episode 166. This is reviewing the newest episode of the anime, which is basically episode number 1054. The Spark That Fell on the Ranch. This one adapts pretty much chapters 1053 and 1054. Oh, before I continue here, there's not going to be a new episode for this one for next week or 2 weeks from now. So I probably won't be doing a review for this thing for until 3 weeks from now. So you might think, okay, is Rated Videos planned for Saturdays next couple weeks? Possibly yes. It depends on when I have to review. Simple as that. Okay, so we actually have Conan figure out exactly why in the world this guy died for. So they have it where they meet up with where basically the guy who is the brother of the ranch, he meets up with there's a few different things going on here. Well, first off, we have Conan basically give an explanation of, well, the fact that possibly, well, they have it where Hybra, Genta, and Wabayashi go into the office and look around, but of course they can't see much of anything, especially the watch. Of course, Genta says, "Oh yeah, put on the lights." Nope, don't do that because the guy might be nearby watching. So it comes the genius idea, which actually this is something they made for the anime, which the manga didn't really bring us that much at all. So in order to make a proper flashlight, what they did is take a bottle of water, take some milk, mix it up, put on top of the flashlight, and it's a big, humongous light bulb. And of course, they see on the floor a bunch of papers, and they see there's a highlighter there. Well, it's yellow highlighter, the one who's missing. They also mention about magnets here, which there's a little bit of cutting here. Yes, surprisingly, there's a little bit of cutting because generally the anime takes pretty faithful to some material. Here they cut some small stuff out here and there, but it doesn't really affect the pacing at all. Not really, no. So, is deductions made by, well, Amuro assistant that possibly that, of course, they also have found when they're there a rock, basically a rock that was split in half. They look like an ordinary rock, and this turns out it's a fake. So basically, I'm trying to theorize is this: that there was an actual meteorite that did crash there, and of course the owner wanted to verify because, well, the reason why, because he wanted to hopefully get a chance to sell for big bucks because basically his ranch is failing. So he sent it out to an analyzer, and the guy sends back this an ordinary rock, and he was upset by that, so he later committed suicide. And of course, also there is also a bit of a scientific explanation about meteorites in the episode where meteorites crash, create craters. Of course, the smaller create what Ami saw. Also, it is pointed out they do confirm, despite the fact visually you see that what Ami found last episode was sticks of dynamite. Yeah, it's also revealed that the brother of the owner is carrying a cell phone with them, which of course is expecting a call, which there's actually a reason for that. Well, you get to it. Of course, they also have a bucket up with water, which they use that for a particular thing. So, well, as for how in the world they get out of that room, they do in fact fix Hybra and Wabayashi to go track him down and give him the detective badge. Of course, they also before then had put sticks of tape on top of the flashlight and put blue marker on it to make it sort of a UV light. And Amuro's assistant basically saying, "Oh, you must have advanced physics," and Kobayashi is like, "I didn't teach him that." He's thinking that out of their head, which it's so hilarious. My only guess is the reason why Conan must know because he probably gets a high school education. So, yeah, of course they use the thing to figure out who the scammer was. Thanks to the UV light, and it turns out it's actually the guy who's posed as an old man. Because, well, that's who it is. And he's about to blow him up. But look at what Oyashi basically puts grabs the hand that has the cell phone, put it in the water, ruining the phone. Okay, I may be able to blow up. I can still beat the living. I can still beat him to death. So then he finds out the old man punches him. And yeah, it turns out he's actually a disguise. And beats him for a while. And then, of course, like, don't stop me. I'm a champion boxer. And the chubby guy basically kicks him and says, I'm a former kickboxer. I gave it up because I couldn't keep up the weight. Yep. And then, of course, basically, the guy surrenders pretty easily. And, of course, police come. Now, do we see Maguire or Takagi or Sato? Nope, they're not here. We see police cars, don't see policemen. So then, of course, it never gets out of there. Then Wabayashi, well, tosses something down the stairs. It's actually a Detective Boy's badge. And Armor chases out, and of course, the door gets closed. And then we see a figure in the dark, which obviously is Wabayashi. It is so obvious as her. The putting her in the darkness basically is not going to hide the fact this is Wabayashi. You can see her face, but it was like tell her glasses, where she's a beat up Amuro, and then of course they claim that he tripped and her hand slipped. The episode ends with Hypera staring at Wabayashi's butt. Well, there's a reason why. Because there's something in her back pocket. What was it you might not think what's in her back pocket? A shogi piece. Now here's the thing. She was suspected of being Rum in the manga, but they did confirm that she is not Rum. Who she really is not been explained yet. But who knows? We might find out in the future story who she really is, because she doesn't get much development per se. Yeah. So that's it for Cycle Review. Next up is going to be Boruto. And that'll be pretty much it for today, okay? Next video. Bye.